They were inseparable. Amber and Ivy Wallace, age 12, walked hand in hand out of their ballet studio on a rainy Friday evening in 1998. Pink duffel bags bouncing at their sides, hair tightly coiled in identical buns. Their mother, waiting at the curb, would never see them again. The disappearance rocked the sleepy town of Windmere Falls. In a place where everyone knew each other, the idea that two little girls could vanish without a trace felt like a cruel impossibility. Police launched a full-scale search. Volunteers combed through the wooded edges of town, and Amber and Ivy's smiling faces were printed on flyers that wallpapered grocery stores and telephone poles. But days turned into weeks. Weeks into months. There were no bodies, no signs of struggle, no clues, until 25 years later. June 14th, 2023. The old Cartwright estate, long abandoned and overgrown, had finally been sold after sitting empty for decades. Its new tenant, Elena Graves, a 34-year-old ER nurse escaping a messy divorce, saw the purchase as a fresh start. The house, a crumbling Victorian on the edge of town, was cheap for a reason. Locals called it cursed, but Elena wasn't superstitious. Not until she found what was hidden beneath the floorboards. Amber and Ivy were stars of Miss Carroll's Ballet Academy. Delicate, graceful, filled with promise. That Friday night, their mother, Marion Wallace, said she parked right out front. The studio door opened. The girls waved. She turned to check her voicemail. When she looked up, they were gone. Witnesses gave conflicting accounts. One claimed the girls ran across the street to a candy store. Another swore they saw them talking to a man in a red truck. But security footage was grainy, time-stamped incorrectly, and ultimately useless. No red truck was ever found. For weeks, the Wallace family lived in the eye of a media hurricane. Speculation flooded the news. Mother negligent? One headline accused. Others turned their attention to the ballet instructor, Miss Carroll, who eventually closed the academy under a cloud of suspicion and grief. Nothing stuck. No arrests. No remains. Just silence. The Cartwright estate was an eyesore to some, a haunted house to others. Built in 1906, the home had passed through generations of a once prominent family before falling into disrepair. But for Elena, it was a project. 3 weeks after moving in, while ripping up the old hardwood in the upstairs master bedroom, Elena's crowbar caught on something metal. She expected a pipe. What she found was a trapdoor. The air beneath was stale, thick with dust. A narrow crawl space stretched beneath the bedroom floor. Flashlight in hand, Elena crawled inside. What she saw stopped her breath. 2 ballet slippers. Pink. Faded. A child's duffel bag, embroidered with the name Ivy. And beside it, a brittle, yellowed Polaroid. 2 girls, identical, dressed in leotards, smiling, eyes wide. Behind them, the unmistakable floral wallpaper of the very room Elena stood in. Elena turned the evidence over to the police. Within 48 hours, Windmere Falls was swarmed with detectives, journalists, and, most notably, grief. DNA confirmed it. The items belonged to the Wallace twins. But the shock of the discovery quickly turned into something else, fear. Because it meant the girls had made it to that house. Someone had taken them there. Someone had lived in that house. Theories flooded in. Some believed the previous owner, Gerald Cartwright, a reclusive man who died in 2002, had lured them in. Rumors of Gerald's obsession with ballet resurfaced. Neighbors recalled strange music coming from the house at night. Whispers of little feet tapping against wooden floors. Others speculated it was someone else entirely. Miss Carroll had disappeared shortly after the academy closed. Some said she fled to Canada. Others claimed she was seen arguing with Gerald months before. The town divided. Families pointed fingers. Church groups prayed for deliverance. Podcasts and amateur sleuths descended, eager to unravel the cold case that had haunted Windmere Falls. Then, a twist no one expected. In a dusty courthouse archive, a local journalist named Mira Lang uncovered a deed transfer from 1997. A year before the girls vanished, Gerald Cartwright quietly signed over ownership of the house to a name no one recognized, Blanche Harrow. The name rang a bell. Blanche Arrow had once worked as a social worker, specifically for the Wallace family. The story shifted overnight. People who once blamed the mother now blamed the system. How had a social worker connected to the family come to own the house where the girls may have spent their last moments? Police reopened the case. Blanche was found living under a new name in Vermont. She denied everything. But when her home was searched, authorities found dozens of ballet-related artifacts. Programs from Miss Carroll's Academy, photos, journals. The most chilling entry: "They are perfect. They are mine now." Blanche was arrested but died of a stroke before trial. The town mourned, but no bodies were ever found. No definitive answers. Only a slow unraveling of innocence and trust. Memorials were held. A statue of the twins now stands in the town square. Two figures in mid-pirouette, arms extended as if reaching for something just out of grasp. Mary and Wallace, now gray and frail, stopped attending church. They were taken twice, she once told a reporter. Once by whoever stole them, and again by a town that needed someone to blame. Elena moved out of the house 6 months later. She said she couldn't sleep. The sound of faint music tapping on the floors and the feeling of eyes watching her from the corners became too much. She left behind everything, including the Polaroid. Windermere Falls never fully healed. Some say the house is cursed, that whatever evil settled, they're never left. Others think there are more secrets buried beneath its floors. Every year, on the anniversary of their disappearance, someone leaves 2 pairs of pink ballet slippers at the base of the statue. No one knows who. And though 25 years have passed, the question still hangs in the air like smoke. Were Amber and Ivy ever really gone? Or were they hidden in plain sight? Do you believe the story? Or is something even more disturbing still hiding beneath Windermere Falls? Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell for more unbelievable true crime stories.